Stop. Just building a greenhouse. What are you doing? Well, the pipe arrived for the greenhouse. Lots of it. 900 feet of 6-inch and 120 feet of 8-inch. We might be just a little bit imbalanced. Well, this is what our garage looks like. And we are just getting started. We have about 50 more blue barrels coming and all the other stuff. Well, just another day and we've got 22 of these bad boys out of about 68. Go big or go home. All right, I've got my helper Devin out here, and today we are going to turn these pipe. These are 8-inch single wall corrugated pipe, 20-foot lengths, and we're gonna make a cold air drop in the greenhouse. What that is going to allow us to do is we'll have these attached to each other, and they'll actually be buried in the greenhouse floor. So this will be ground level. Starting here, it'll drop 6 feet down into the ground, and that cold air, as it comes into the greenhouse, will settle on the ground floor, and then it's going to drop into 8 series of cold air drops. Cold air will go down 6 feet in the ground, and then it's going to go through this tube, which will be on a slight incline. So the natural temperature of the earth will just give us a little bit of movement, a little bit of pull as it warms up going through there, and exit on the other side of the greenhouse. So we'll have them on our width going through from one side, cold air drops, come under the ground, 20 feet, pop up on the other side, hot air returns. And it would just give us a circular rolling motion in the greenhouse, and hopefully warming up that very coldest part of the greenhouse, whatever, even a couple of degrees. So we'll show you how we're gonna do that. Okay, we're just getting started, so we've got to get rid of the inside of this tube because we have to have, basically we're mimicking a 24-inch diameter pipe, but we're doing it, we could get these cheaper, so that's what we're doing. Is it in reverse, Devin? Okay, Devin's got us a pilot hole drilled. Good enough. All right, so once we got that started, we're just gonna go freaking ham. You might need to hold that. We don't care. None of this is OSHA approved, by the way. I'm gonna cut myself. Okay, so now when we attach the other one on, which what we're gonna do is actually do this upside down. So that fits pretty good. We're just gonna put grabber screws across here. We just want that tight so that when it's in the ground, that as we backfill, it will stay together. Once it's in the ground, we're not worried about movement. We'll have a metal grate sitting on the ground covering the hole that we can walk on. But we need this to hold long enough for our excavator to backfill without screwing it up. Okay, we'll be back. The next step is going to be getting this cut through the very bottom of our cold air drop. Beautiful. So this is actually going to be the bottom. And then we'll put everything's upside down, and you can do it however you want. But we're going to leave this bottom side covered so that when we backfill, that dirt can go up and over and around. And then later we'll show you, but we'll just come here with the Sawzall at ground level and cut that thing off once all the dirt has been backfilled, and we don't have to have any worry about dirt coming down inside. So now that that's done, we'll stack them, put the grabber screws around there, but we still have to do our hole. 8-inch hole for the 8-inch pipe. We just put the pipe up to it, took a Sharpie, made a hole. This won't have to be exact, as tight as you can, obviously, but whatever. Just wear good boots so you won't cut your toes off. Good enough. All right, so now, moment of truth. Yeah, that's pretty tight. That is what we want. Good enough. Okay, so one other thing that we're gonna do, come over here, Dev. So again, while we backfill, once it's set in the dirt, we're fine. But while buckets of dirt are coming in, we'll have this other one up with the lid covered. I'm gonna get in here and we're gonna make a couple of snips in that pipe. And I'm just gonna roll it up to the top here, just a couple little flanges. So I can put a grabber screw in just to lock that bad boy in place. Because if pressure comes on this pipe, worst thing is to have that disconnect from the tube. Cold air goes down, it doesn't circulate. This works the best if you're creating that slight rolling in your greenhouse, because you're getting rid of cold air, but if you let it vent, you're gonna be twice as efficient there rather than just letting cold air come down, naturally warm up and radiate. I think this will give us more of a chimney effect and should give us a lot more volume movement in theory. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how we're making our homemade redneck phalanges here. This is literally the first one that we've made. By the time we get done, we're doing 8 total. We'll probably be more efficient. We're not meticulous, but we get crap done. So I'm just gonna come in here at 3 spots and cut on one side, give me a couple inches, cut on the other. I already did the other two points. Okay. So once that's like that, I just want enough, again, this is only so the excavator doesn't disconnect the hot air 8-inch return from the 2-foot drop. So we're just gonna get down here and pray that that is all we need. No big deal. So I've done that on one side. We'll get down here. I did 3 points. There's no manual. As if you can't tell, we're making all this crap up as we go, but it's gonna work. Don't put that on YouTube. And one more over here. Okay, so that thing right now is ready for the final deal. So again, all that 6 feet in the ground. Everyone right now is screaming, it's upside down, upside down. I know, because when we backfill, we don't have dirt going down. And I need something to help my excavator not fill up my tube temporarily while we backfill. So we're just going to put some grabbers here. And I don't know exactly which is the right way to do it, but I think that took. And so, look at that, Devin. Strip that one a little bit, but we're still gonna have him be careful, but we're asking a lot of, yeah, see, that's grabbing good. Well, with that said, this is connected, that's connected. This will run up a trench from one side of the greenhouse to the other. That is one of 8 cold air drops. Okay, we're doing a second one, and just something I thought of. This will be upside down, and even though we want this, this bottom cut out, one of the reasons, if we ever do get any kind of water or moisture in, that it'll seep 6 feet under into the ground floor. I just don't want to have this sealed off and have water that will, worst case scenario, get into the black pipe. You know, we want to keep that clean. In our dry climate, we shouldn't have an issue, but anyway, that's why we're cutting with the, also cutting it with the lip here, so that any pressure from my metal grate up top won't push it down. You know, have a little bit of surface area pushing against the ground to hold it up. Maybe that's a little thing, maybe not. Do be careful when you're cutting this. I'm not doing anything safe, so you got to figure that out yourself. I have 8 kids, or I'd probably be a little bit more careful with that. But just watch as you're cutting. Keep yourself safe. Just like that. Okay, honestly, we are done. We got 2 of them done, and about maybe 15 minutes, and that was including figuring out what we're doing. And I think this design is exactly what we need. So we are toting it into the backyard. Here's our train back to where we can be ready for the digger, because we want that hole to be dug and then to be filled back up within as quick a time as possible, so that one of our 8 kids and all of their neighborhood friends don't fall in the hole. So we're going to be prepared. Well, we had pretty much a week off from digging, which is just the way it is in 2022. We have a shortage of labor, parts, and political leadership. Anyway, we are finishing with our dig, so now with just a short ramp to get the excavator inside. So we will be able to dig 8 of our cold air drops 6 feet down in the ground with a trench that will go underneath our grow bed wall, and then those pipes will stick up in that backfill. So this is the part that has kept me up as far as it goes with our excavating, but after today it'll be done and we'll be able to move on to footers and cement walls. It's a good day. The first cold air drop is nigh at hand, and it sucked. Okay, here we are again with the cold air drops. 1 of 8. So this will be buried down in the ground and return the cold air up the 8-inch. It's only 1 of 8, and I know this has always been the hardest, most
concerning part of the whole greenhouse, the excavation with these pipes. So 7 more and I'm gonna feel like a happy man. In the meantime, if you don't have a good digger that's patient, don't even try this at home. Stay away. Let Armageddon come and take you over without a fight. Because this guy has had to be extremely patient and creative. Well, we are at 4 of 8. That's what it looks like when we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 going out the back, eventually into a grow bed. And of course it's raining because this isn't complicated enough. Okay, this video will be just a little bit weird, but this is the second day of putting in the cold air drops, which has been the logistical hardest thing of the whole project. And we're doing it during the start of monsoon season. So yesterday the weather held out the whole day, and then right about 5:15, as we were doing our 4th and what we had planned on final cold air drop, it started to rain. Really only giving us about 10 minutes of inconvenience. Today we've been working all day to finish the final 4. And we got done, we're doing our final chalk lines, and the rain, which was supposed to come at 2, held out. I mean, it literally started raining right when our digging project was completed and the excavators were gone. Pretty awesome. Maybe we're supposed to do this. Here's Trevor to check on the work. Well, this is the moment we've been waiting for. The second, the last, the final day of our cold air drops. It might not look like much. 6 feet might not seem very high. That's only 3 of it. But when you bury this puppy down, the hole required to do so is a little bit of a logistical nightmare. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those bad boys. It's a good day to be behind us. Next, we'll have forms. And the legendary Francis is here. This is the guy that makes all the cute little wood projects you see around my house. That's what he's going to be helping me with next. We got to cover the exterior vent intakes with something that looks about like that little water catchment. Francis is a legend. All right, we thought now would be a great time to test out the theory of the cold air drop. Ah. There it is.
Oh my word, it works.
Wow.
It works.
Wow, that's actually really cool. So what you're seeing now, just keep it on the smoke there, Miss Becca.
Okay.
So what you're seeing is the cold air going down 6 feet in a 2-foot tube, and then it's running on a slight angle up through an 8-inch pipe under the ground and into that grow bed. That is actually fantastic.
That works better
Woo,
than
baby, yeah!